An opportunity to hear from him firsthand what the city is hoping to get out of Talk Green to Us in the Greenest City Action Plan. So I'll hand the floor over to Sadhu Johnston to speak to the city.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
So we're going to be tag teaming, and actually Councillor Andrea Reimer is going to be popping in as I pop out. So you'll have presence from us, and then there are a number of city and park staff here. Tilo? Everyone know Tilo? Sorry, I'm outing you. Who else do we have? Where are the rest of the folks? Say hi.
Amanda Mitchell, over here.
Amanda, thank you. And Lindsay?
Hi. And? Yeah.
Neil Hamilton from planning.
Nice to meet you. Okay, cool. So I get just a couple minutes, and I thought I would set the stage for kind of where we're at as a city on some of these issues. I know you all did a Nerd Jam a year and a half ago that fed a lot of the ideas that are stressing us all out now where we're trying to implement them. So thank you for those. I came from Chicago just less than a year ago. And one of the first things we did is step back and say, where are we as a city here in Vancouver? And there's a lot that you all have done that is pretty amazing. You know, in the U.S., over 1,000 cities have signed on to climate goal reductions, equivalent to that of Kyoto. And here in Vancouver, we're actually already on track to exceed that, and we're probably one of the only cities in North America to exceed that goal. We're already, as our carbon emissions go as a city, we're already below 1990 levels. So it's like, that's pretty amazing. You know, if you think about in that period of time since 1990, we've grown our population by 27%, grown jobs by 18%. So all across the world, everyone's saying you can't do both. And Vancouver as a model shows that you can do both. You can grow population, you can grow jobs, and you can have massive reductions in our greenhouse gas emissions. So there's a lot that is going really well here and that we can serve in some ways as a model for the rest of the world. Transportation, another one. We passed a transportation plan about 12 years ago that fundamentally shifted like all these priorities that every city's like, we got to build for the car, we got to accommodate all those people that want to come in on cars. We said we're not going to do that. We changed that fundamentally. We said we're going to prioritize bikes and pedestrians and public transportation. Since that happened 12 years ago, we've seen a 188% increase in biking, 44% increase in getting around by foot, 50% increase in public transit ridership. You know, so we're seeing these trends. We've seen a 7% increase in per capita gasoline sales. Like, we're moving in the right direction. In some ways, really opposite of what the rest of the world is doing. So there's a lot that's going really well here. And there are huge challenges. And it's great that there's a lot that we've done really well. There are huge challenges, and that's why we're all here. That's why I am at City Hall, and that's why you all are here tonight, and you're doing what you do in your daily lives. So the Greenest City Action Team made some recommendations to folks over at City Hall. Councillors adopted 10 goal areas, and staff and external advisory committees, over 100 different organizations are advising us now as staff. We've got this website, Talk Green to Us, with hundreds of ideas. Thousands of people from over 60 countries are giving us ideas how to achieve these pretty aggressive goals that have been adopted. So, really looking forward to tonight, what you all produce, and feeding that into the evaluation that we're doing, the analysis we're doing of ways to achieve these goals. There are 10 key areas. I'm not going to bring them all up, but I want to raise a few of the challenges that we as staff and all these advisory committees are out there trying to figure out. It's pretty aggressive goals that they've adopted to be the greenest city, and I'm hoping that part of what you all do tonight is generates these great ideas that can go into our Talk Green to Us website. On October 1st, Gregor Robertson with Bill Richardson is hosting an open house and a forum where we're going to pick 4 of the best ideas, the most popular, the highest voted ideas on this website, because you can vote for ideas. We're going to pick the highest voted ideas on the website, And the people that put them up there or a representative are going to be able to present them to this panel of experts. So it's going to be a really fun way to take some of the hottest ideas coming off of this site. We've got hundreds of ideas up there. We're going to take some of the hottest and present them to a panel of experts with hundreds of people in the audience giving us feedback. So hopefully you all will come up with 4 of the best ideas, and that will be what gets presented, I imagine. So a few of the challenges that I guess I'd throw out there for your consideration for tonight. I talked about our climate leadership. We've really done a lot as a city, but we're kind of scratching the surface if we're going to achieve the levels of reductions that we all need to continue inhabiting this planet. And so our goal by 2020 is to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 33%. So I'd love to hear some ideas from you all of how we're going to get there. We kind of got the low-hanging fruit already. So now what's the next level? How do we get there on that? Green buildings, all new construction to be carbon neutral by 2020. Any bright ideas for helping us to get there? In a way, conceptually, it's a little easier for me to get there than it is to get to the other part of our green building goal, which is a 20% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions for all existing buildings. And across North America, everyone's struggling with this. How do we capture the buildings like this to get those deep reductions? So that's green buildings. Clean water, love some ideas on ways to meet the most stringent water quality standards. Our goal is really to use the potable water and not to exceed our current supply. So no more construction of any reservoirs. Let's use what we got right now. So love to hear ideas on that. Lighter footprint, a 33% reduction in our per capita ecological footprint. So if you have thoughts on how we can squeeze that down a little bit, we're at 4.5 or 5, I think, right now. 4 or 5 planets in order to sustain the way we live here in Vancouver. So we're trying to figure out how do we squeeze that down a little bit. A 33% reduction will get us to about 3.5 planets or something like that, right, Lindsay? So we're being aggressive, but trying to be somewhat realistic. Zero waste. How do we get to a 40% reduction in waste going to the landfill? So there's a lot that's already being done there. We're at about 55–60% diversion, but there's more we can do. The green economy, we want to double the number of green jobs. And so that's about 12,000 new green jobs in Vancouver. So if you have thoughts on there, or some opportunities for us. Access to nature, everyone within a 5-minute walk to a green space, and Tilo's kind of leading the charge and figuring out how to get to that. So if you've got good ideas, talk to him. Local food, increased access to food resources in each neighborhood. More focus for us across the city, trying to get good food out there, whether it's in street vendors or being grown in community gardens or being sold at farm markets, trying to just think about how do we make the food system a core part of what we do as a city, not just what we pick up at McDonald's. And then transportation, majority of trips, our goal by 2020, the majority of trips made in Vancouver are made by bike, walk, or transit. And you know, from a design perspective, you probably are seeing the newspapers, just the huge struggle we're having trying to add separated bike lanes to Hornby Street. And it's like the world is coming to a screeching halt because we're taking 12 feet of concrete and giving it back to bikes and taking it away from cars. It's like earth-shattering. So we need ideas. How do we get to the next level? Like, we got all these ambitious goals and everyone says they want to see change, but actually delivering it is hard. And so we'd love some ideas on how do we deliver that? How do we actually make that happen? And we're trying to reduce the length of car trips. So those are kind of a few of the challenges that we're facing as staff and with many external partners trying to figure these things out. And as you all get into your brainstorm tonight, we'd love to see some of these things tackled. And I'm sure you've got many other challenges that I didn't raise. So as from the city perspective, we're pumped that you guys are doing this. Love to look forward to seeing the ideas that come out of it, and hope that they bubble up and we see some of them on October 1st at the Woodwards building when we do our open house. Lindsay, did I miss anything? It was genius. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, could you leave that list on the wall?
This one?
Yeah, just so because you've gone over a bunch of, or we can photocopy it on your way out.
Would you like me to sign it?
Yeah. Oh.
Please. All the priorities are also right here on this.
Sounds like you've already got it.
I'm going to give this out to the groups.
Oh, from the website? Okay, great.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, so as I said, Andrea Reimer will be popping in any minute, so you'll have, if you have questions or thoughts for her, she'll be adding to the conversation throughout the evening. And really want to thank you all for organizing and for the Recollective here for hosting. So thank you very much.
Thank you.